What's going on, Jerome's? It is the Monday of draft week. That means it is time for the final PFF Monday mock draft. Our guy Austin Gale putting it together, and the Vikings, they go in a different direction than what everyone's thinking of. Let's get after it. It is pretty damn spicy. One, Travon Walker, Jaguars. Even though PFF Hutchinson have a working relationship, they got his podcast. I think that the Jaguars are going to bet on the ceiling of Travon Walker as opposed to the very safe, quote-unquote floor of Aiden Hutchinson. But, Walker could be a guy who just goes out and gets it. Two, Lions, if they pass up on Hutchinson, fire everyone because it just makes too much sense. Him right there in their backyard, go get it. Three, Texans, Sauce Gardner. Ooh, baby. I love it. Four, so the Jets, they double dip in the first round. Kevin Thibodeau coming out of Oregon, as well as at 10, they go with Drake London. Ooh, I love that one. Drake London, Ja Moore, and Zach Wilson just getting it, man. That's a lot of fun. 5, Giants, Ike Kwanu, shoring up that offensive line. It makes sense. 6, now the Panthers, they have the choice of all the quarterbacks. Right? So they should and could go quarterback here, but they go Evan Neal out of Alabama. I understand it. It's a ton of value. Him and Taylor Moton pair up. Row the boat. Go get it. 7, Giants. The dream is dead. Giants with their second first-round pick, Derek Stingley Jr. out of LSU. So they get a great piece for the offense, and Icky, as well as a cornerstone cornerback in Derek Stingley Jr. He's headed to the Big Apple. 8, Falcons. Now, they could go quarterback here. They could target one in the second round or move up into the back end of the first, but taking Garrett Wilson, G-Dub, first wide receiver off the board. Calvin Ridley, yeah. 9, the Seahawks. Now, they could go quarterback here, but no, they go Charles Cross. Ton of value there. They need to rebuild the offensive line finally after Russ is gone. So Charles Cross comes in and replaces Dwayne Brown. 10, Jets, like we talked about, Drake London. Go up and get it. Come on, man. 11, the Steelers in this mock trade up with Washington to take Malik Willis. They jump the Saints, who could be in on quarterback as well. Now, 12 for the Vikings with Sauce and Stingley way off the board. You could say that, we'll just trade down, but I mean, who are people trading up for? I mean, Willis is already off the board. They're trading up for Pickett? Probably not. But the Vikings, they take the ultimate luxury BPA pick in Jameson Williams. This is what they wrote up. Minnesota is one of the best landing spots for Alabama WR Jameson Williams. With Thielen and Jefferson still leading the receiver corps, the Vikings don't need to rush Williams back from a torn ACL. He suffered in the college football national championship game on January 10th. If Williams didn't get hurt in that game, I'm of the opinion he would be consensus wide receiver 1 in the class. Yes. Absolutely. His speed and movement skills are a tier above any other pass catcher entering this year's draft, and he's still just scratching the surface on his route running technique, having just one season with more than 20 targets under his belt. Yeah, a bit of a one-year wonder. Never really got the time of day at the Ohio State University, but he was a major reason why Bryce Young won the Heisman. He really is the closest thing to Tyreek Hill that we've seen come in the league in a long time, and that includes, well, they weren't teammates at Alabama, but Jalen Waddle coming out of Alabama last year, and now teammates with Tyreek Hill. But Jameson, I love it. Jameson on the rocks. Thielen still can play. KJ is still that guy, and they can give Jameson the full year if he needs it, although he is already working out. We're going to do a video on his rehab process. So I'm all for it, man. I friggin' love it, man. If you're going to modernize the offense, and imagine what Kirk Cousins can do with a quasi-competent pass-blocking offensive line, and Jefferson, and Jameson, and Thielen, and KJ. Oh, my goodness. I also Devin in there, too. Because why not? 13. Texans taking Kyle Hamilton. Now, I understand it's a tough decision here, Kyle Hamilton versus Jameson, but you're betting on the upside of Jameson. Yes. So Kyle Hamilton goes to Texans. So they get Hamilton and Sauce in this draft. Come on. 14, Ravens, Jordan Davis. Yeesh. 15, Eagles, Jermaine Johnson the second from Florida State, the Pride of Eden Prairie, going to Philly. The Saints taking Trevor Penning. Big nasty. Yeah, I love it. Reminds you of Kyle Turley and his disposition. Great Saints tackle from back in the day. 17, Chris Olave. Definitely a little bit of a luxury pick here. I mean, they certainly would have gone Penning if he got to this point. Maybe they go offensive line to put opposite of Rashawn Slater. But wide receiver-wise, they got Keenan. They just signed Mike Williams to a big deal. They got Josh Palmer, last year's third-round pick out of Tennessee, who I really like. But Olave, fantastic talent. Justin Herbert gets more and more weapons. McDuffie at 18 going to the Eagles. So they get two nice defensive pieces. At 19, the Saints. I don't understand. If the Saints wanted Kenny Pickett, why not just take him at 16? Why futz with the chance that a team could trade up above you at 17 or 18 and take your guy? I don't understand it, but whatever. It worked out. So there you go. 20, Washington, the commies, they traded back. They get Treylon. So Treylon Burks with Scary Terry and Curtis Samuel. That's a nice trio of wide receivers for Carson Wentz to miss. 21, Devin Lloyd to the Patriots. Seems like a Patriots pick. Like he's a combination, Jamie Collins, Teddy Bruschi, just a great leader on that defense. I think that Devin Lloyd is going to be that guy. 22, Packers, first of 2 picks. Tyler Smith, just nasty getting after it. Makes a ton of sense here. Put him at right tackle, and you're going to be good to go there. 23, Cardinals, Zion Johnson. Got a ZJ. Kyler Murray getting some interior offensive line protection. 24, Linderbaum, Cowboys. Yes, that makes sense. 25, Kenny Green going to the Bills, and they need to shore up that interior offensive line as well in front of Josh Allen. 26, the Tennessee Titans, the Greek Freak, George Karlaftis, getting him opposite of Harold Landry. He can play a lot of spots, and as well as he's solid against the run. 27, Devontae Wyatt going to the Bucs, where maybe they are going to move on from Ndamukong Suh. Who really knows? But Devontae Wyatt and Vita Vea, long-term, baby. 28, Packers picking up Daxton Hill coming out of Michigan. Now, it's a little bit interesting because they don't go wide receiver in the first round. Bad beat for Aaron Rodgers. And Daxton Hill, he's a great talent. Darnell Savage, maybe they're planning on not re-signing him. Who really knows, even though I think that he's a really solid player. But again, we'll see. 29, Chiefs back-to-back, taking Jahan Dotson as well as Andrew Booth Jr. I think that's a really nice back-to-back. John is going to come in. He'll be phenomenal in Chiefs offense, primarily working from the slot. He really is just a guy who can get open and change his game. He's more than just a 10 catch, 80-yard slot receiver. He does have some depth and run after the catch to his game as well. 30, Andrew Booth Jr. just has great length coming in for the Chiefs. 31, Boye Mafe, Cincinnati Bengals, where they definitely need a little bit more pass rush outside of Hendrickson, and Mafe is going to bring that. On the 32, the Lions, a stick and pick, Quay Walker coming out of Georgia, sort of the forgotten guy in the Georgia defense. He goes before Nakobe Dean, which is really interesting. So there you go. And so the Vikings at 12. It's a tough decision passing up on Hamilton, but Jameson, man. I mean, Jameson, an ACL is just an ACL nowadays. And so in year 2 or maybe even late this season, and he pans out on that wide receiver 1 potential, it's fantastic. I absolutely adore it. But that's it. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts on PFF's thoughts. Their last Monday mock draft. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.